Hey there, welcome to Studio Sunday. And this weekend I'm working on the covers for the new Kickstarter book, which is a book of covers. If you look at all the books that I have done over the years, and actually I will show that to you. Ha! Come over here. Come here. Just all the Strangers in Paradise books. That's 278 covers total. The Strangers in Paradise alone are 90 issues. And then there was the trades and the hardcovers. I won't be redundant, just because the trade may have had the same cover as one of the issues. I won't double up like that. It'll all be unique art. But some of them had, special treatments. Especially like issue number 90 had 4 covers. Anyway, so then you get to Echo. Beck, how you doing this morning, buddy? Echo had like 30 issues, and Rachel Rising had 42 issues, and then you got to Motor Girl, Paradise 5, 5 Years Omnibus Serial. Those guys all had 10 each. And then there were the sketchbooks down here. So between these 3 shelves, we have a lot of covers. At least 278 by my count. We haven't finished counting them all yet. So there's going to be 2 hardcovers and a softcover. And this weekend, I've been working on one of the hardcovers. I think I may have shown you this before. This was a prelim that I did for the softcover, I guess. I've got it in Mylar. See if you can see beyond the reflection. But I thought, you know what? It doesn't quite capture the right idea, and I want somebody to end up with this art. And for me to draw in all those covers individually wouldn't look the same. It wouldn't look as good. So we did a different design idea, and I did a version 2. This one I like because it's a stack of just endless comics, and we can put I can draw a few comic covers in there. So that's what will be, I think, the soft cover for this. And here's what I was working on yesterday. I want to do an idea. I had an idea for a hardcover where it was a wall of covers like that. And then in front of it, we're standing just a selection of the characters and my friends from the books. So I did this. And this is what you're going to watch me ink today. You're going to watch me go from pencil to ink and ink all this. But I'll show it to you right now. Spoilers. Ta-da. So picture these guys at the bottom half of the book, and behind them is a grid wall of lots and lots of covers from all the different books. Get out of my way, lamp. So here, Aunt Libby, Earl, and Jet, the sweethearts. David with his art. Casey with her 2 lovers, arm in arm. Casey, of course, adores David and adores Tamby, even though she's a big old grouch, as she says. And then Kachu and Francine. Francine has got on the cutest dress I think I've ever seen. That's going to be colored in a lot of pastel blocks, kind of Southwestern. Yeah, very cool. Yeah. And I have one more to do today. I'm going to do the 3rd cover today, which will be mostly Kachu doing something. I can't show you that. I can't spoil that. But today's, what I wanted to do was put the camera over my shoulder and ink this from scratch. And everybody's been giving me feedback that they really kind of like it better when I ink with a brush. So all of this was inked with my brush. And you can see that happen. You can see how steady my hand is to get those lines. And then sometimes I need to get in. It's amazing how tiny this thing can get, how it can get in and do little details on the eyes, that eye there, and the nostrils. It can do all that. But sometimes I want a couple of little really spider web lines, and I will use my pen. And this is a Hunt 102 Um, yeah, just the standard Hunt 102. It's not very flexible, but it is flexible enough. Okay, I've had a lot of questions about this pen holder. You guys have seen me use this, and people have asked me, what is that? Where did you get that? This, I'm afraid, is a discontinued item. It used to be in the art stores all through the 80s and 90s. This is not, maybe not even my first one, but I've had this forever. I've certainly had this one for my whole career in comics, but I had one before then when I was just doing, Disney art and stuff like that. I didn't work for Disney. I love Disney, and I drew Disney stuff to get started in cartooning. That's a whole other story. But yeah, this is a metal thing. It's very lightweight, and it was just, whoever makes it now makes a long one. Whoever made this makes a long one now, and the inside of it is not this grip hole where you can put a Hunt 102, just that hole there. But it's more of that catch thing where you can put in regular nibs, the curved nibs, and they slide in and into the fingers. So they make a long one that will hold the regular nibs, but they don't make this one with the round hole that will hold the Hunt 102. I'm sorry. And I've actually looked on eBay, Amazon, and everything to try to hunt one down for you to give you a lead. But yeah, you're just going to have to find old art supplies, something. Every time you go over to an old cartoonist house, check their drawer and maybe you'll find one. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll give this away to somebody in a giveaway or something, because apparently this is the last one on the planet. There's a trick to using Hunt 102s. You'll see me do it in the video. You can, and it's this way with all pens, even fountain pens. You can use it normal, where you pull the point the way it was meant to be pulled, and you'll get that flexible line and all that stuff like that. Whatever the pinpoint it does, it'll do it that way. But you can always also turn these things over and use them backwards, upside down, and you'll get a much finer line. And you will see people that use pinpoints on Instagram videos or whatever, YouTube, you'll see them go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Are you doing that when you do pinpoints? You can use, draw the regular way and get all the bolder lines. And then you want those light little shade lines, you turn it, flip it over the other way and do like that with a light touch, and you'll get these super fine spider lines. That's how you do it. You'll see me do it in the video. And I don't talk about it or anything, but you'll just see it happen. And then sometimes, if I don't know why, I would just use this 0.003 or 0.003, which is smaller than a 0.001, which is smaller than a 0.0203. This is super fine line. And it's really helpful to get in for things like when you draw an eye and you want to put that little shade underneath the top eyelashes, just so that you can show that shade on the glass of the eye. You use the finest line thing you can find, whether it's this upside down or a 003, like that. Or maybe you're doing you want just a hint of a shadow on the nose, just to show that the nose is red or has some flush to it. This guy, you take this guy, and that's how I'm doing the top two lines on Kachu's nose, to make it look like a cute nose. Sometimes I'll use this to draw the lines on the bottom of the nose, to get that shading underneath there, the light shading. One thing I never wanted to do was have Kachu look like she had just a flat skin tone. I really wanted it to show that her nose was always kind of pink and flushed, because I found that charming. And I worked in black and white, so what am I going to do? I'm screwed. I ended up doing it with these super fine spider lines, like that, and it just became a look. But it's just what you do when you have pins, and you want to show, I'm just dying to show you that they have a strong cheekbone. But I don't want to do a big fat line. I just want a couple of little spider lines, and that's what these guys are for. The brush can get super fine, and I can do things like, lip lines and things like that in the edge of the nostril. But if you want even finer lines, you go to this. You see me do this. Anyway, that's enough of the geeky stuff. That's all about the inking. Sorry about that. If I ever see another one, I will try to buy it off the person, and I'll raffle it off for you maybe give you guys a chance at one. But I've never seen another one. Okay, what else? That's it. Let's sneak. Look over my shoulder and watch me do this.